Hey everyone, I'm trying something a little new here and I'm going to go over the directions for our last assignment with you in this video. Before we get into it, I do want to give you a couple quick reminders. This is the last assignment you're going to receive from me, and this week is the last week for assignments from any of your teachers. Most of them are probably going to be posted today, and all of them are going to be due on Friday. It's possible some of your teachers will take late work next week, but remember, we need time to grade it, and we need to be able to submit our grades to Mr. Millett by next Wednesday or Thursday. So please don't try and leave it to the last second. Stress yourself out, stress us out. It would be awesome if you could just get everything done this week. We are doing locker cleanout this Friday and next Monday. Check your email. You have a certain time slot depending on the first letter of your last name, trying to spread it out so not everyone shows up at once. So please make sure you pay attention to when you are scheduled. Okay, so back to our assignment here, the last assignment of 8th grade U.S. history. We are going to be looking at Reconstruction a little bit. We've been talking about the Civil War for the last few weeks. Now we're going to look at, the effects of that, what happened afterwards. So you can see step 1 says read the sources provided by clicking on the hyperlinks. Okay, if you go to your assignment, you can see in the introduction there is 1, 2, 3, 4 blue words, hyperlinks, where if you click on them, it will take you to the readings. None of them are very long, just kind of short overviews from a few different websites. Okay, so make sure you read all 4 of those before you start. The second thing you need to do is read the short biographies at the end on pages 4 and 5. Okay, so going back to our assignment, if we scroll down to pages 4 and 5, you see you have some choices here of who you're going to kind of be pretending to be, who you're going to be writing from the perspective of. So kind of go through, read all of them. There's only, 6. They're all pretty short. Read through all of them so you can kind of get an idea of how different people felt, and you can choose the person that you most agree with, or maybe most empathize with, and who you would like to work from their perspective. Okay, then the third thing you need to do is choose one of those, like I said, and go to the worksheet. Think about how this person would feel about Reconstruction. Would they benefit from certain parts of it? Would they be angry about anything of it? Okay, you need to list your character name at the top of the worksheet so I know who you're writing from the perspective of. And then you're going to go through each characteristic of Reconstruction listed on the chart and check off whether your character would feel positive about it or have negative feelings about it, and explain why. So let's say I chose formerly enslaved woman from Mississippi. Okay, I go to my evaluating Reconstruction chart. I would type that in, formerly enslaved woman, okay? And then I would look at my choices here, 13th Amendment. Now, if you've done the readings, you'll know that the 13th Amendment is the amendment that ended slavery. So I believe if I was a formerly enslaved woman, I would feel very positive about this. Okay, so you can do just an X like that. If you want to get fancy and do a clip art, check mark or something, however you want to do it. And then just a short explanation. The 13th Amendment ended slavery. So as a former slave, I would support it. Okay, you don't need to write me a humongous essay here, just a short explanation so I know that you know what this is and that your reasoning makes sense. Okay, and then once you fill out this whole chart about all these different topics in Reconstruction, you are going to do number 5, which is when you are done, total up your positives and negatives and think about how your character would feel about Reconstruction overall. Use the characteristics to write a short essay explaining why your character would feel that Reconstruction was either a success or a failure. Okay, so once I have this all filled out, I can kind of look, do I have a lot more positives or do I have a lot more negatives? And then here is where I would like you to write me a short paragraph explaining if your person thinks Reconstruction was a success or a failure. Make sure you are citing reasons from your chart up here. If you're telling me you think it's a success, you should be mentioning, that it was great that the 13th Amendment ended slavery. Anything else in here that would have made you happy. If you're saying it's a failure, make sure you pick out some negatives from up here. What were black coats? There's going to be a lot of people that are not happy about those. Those are not a good thing. So, just kind of weigh the pros and cons and decide if your person would overall think it was good or overall think it was bad. Remember, you can always email me or make a comment on Google Classroom if you get stuck on anything or have any questions. Please try to get this done for Friday. This is the last week, final push. Make sure you stay up on your work, and you're almost on summer vacation. See you soon.